Good morning, everyone. Andy Schwab here with your Farm and Ranch News. Montana Senator Jon Tester held another Farm Bill listening session last week. He was joined by ag producers and local leaders around the Havre area as they discussed particular priorities for the upcoming Farm Bill that is set to be renewed this fall. Montana Grain Growers Association President Nathan Keene was at the brainstorming, or as some might call it, the barnstorming event, and thanked the senator for his time in hearing directly from the producers ahead of that Farm Bill. Along the lines of the Farm Bill, Senate Ag Chairwoman Debbie Stabenow announced a hearing will happen this Wednesday on conservation and forestry programs under that Farm Bill. Well, the plant-based meat company Beyond Meat recently released their 2023 revenue forecast. Optimistically, they believe they will see upwards of $400 million in revenue this year and announced plans to control costs. This comes despite the company's net revenue falling $20 million year over year in the fourth quarter alone, to which the company said it wasn't as bad as they were thinking, as some analysts expected a $25 million loss. That optimistic outlook sent the struggling company's shares soaring 14% higher in after-hours trading. And wrapping up this morning with a congratulations to a couple of Montana sheep producers appointed to the Montana Livestock Loss Board. Dave McEwen of Galata and Raina Blackman of Wolf Creek were appointed to that Montana Livestock Loss Board, set to help out with the economic losses due to predation. I'll join me back here shortly for a look at your ag markets.
We asked Montana farmer Walt Sales about the challenges of mental health in agriculture.
Another drought, there always is. There's always going to be another something. I grew up in a generation of you pulled yourself up by your bootstraps, but it's become evident is what do you do if you can't even find those bootstraps? If you need to talk to somebody, go to beyondtheweather.com for free counseling for Montana ag producers.
Welcome back, friends, to your Ag News and your market. Well, the latest cattle on feed report was released Friday afternoon. Pre-report expectations were expecting a 4% rise in the cattle marketed through the month of January, while total placements were lower by 3%. Those numbers were pretty close to official numbers, with the only deviation coming from the placements category. Overall, the report is likely going to be supportive of the markets today as they continue to confirm that the limited number of feeder steers available for slaughter and will likely be that same story for the coming months. Well, cash cattle markets performed really well last week with big gains found on the live and dress deals. This came despite steady trends found on the futures final session. Last week's wild weather did shut down local auction barns across the West as they knew producers would need as much time as possible on their operations. Bull sales, however, were able to trek forward, with some seeing some good increases. For Van Dyke Angus outside of Manhattan, they rose 22% year over year, with the average on their bulls up $700 a head. Same story as you may know for the sheep sales, with Bowman being the only market that was able to run some sheep through the ring last week. Of course, the main other sheep market in Montana, like Pays, are on a once-a-month schedule and will not see sheep at Pays until March 13th. And good moisture throughout many of the growing regions, and the USDA's Ag Outlook Forum calling for increased acres of total wheat sent the markets into a tailspin. Winter wheat had the biggest losses, while spring wheat dealt with their own struggles as well. That's all for Ag News and Markets. I'm Andy Schwab. Have a great rest of your day.